Hey guys, it's me, Brittany. To anyone who's new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please like, share, follow, or subscribe, if you're in the mood. Okay, so today I'm coming to you guys with a recipe on how to make homemade hamburger helper and also a tip on how to preserve your sour cream shelf life or keep it fresh while you have it. Okay, so for your hamburger helper, and I'm telling you two different ways for hamburger helper. Okay, so what you need is your pasta noodles. I usually get lasagna noodles and break them up into pieces to resemble the actual hamburger helper from, the actual box of hamburger helper noodles. But you can get elbow macaroni noodles. You can get the twisty macaroni noodles. I think that's called rotelli. I'm sorry. Or you can get the seashell macaroni noodles, whichever one you prefer. I prefer the lasagna one, so that's what I usually make it with. And you need your ground beef or ground turkey. And you need tomato paste. I usually use like 2 small cans of tomato paste. And you need heavy whipping cream or half and half. You don't need both. And I usually use heavy whipping cream, so you could just get heavy whipping cream if you can. But if the store doesn't have it, you can get half and half. And you also need either ragu cheese sauce, like cheese sauce. It don't have to be ragu, but some type of cheese sauce, or the Velveeta block of cheese. So you only need either or depending on how you want to make it, but I'll explain that more when I'm telling you the steps. And you also need your go-to seasonings, which is pink salt or seasoned salt. I don't recommend using sea salt for this dish, but I mean, if you just absolutely want to, you can. I mean, it's up to you. Garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. And optional is paprika, oregano, and parsley. You kind of really do need at least oregano or parsley along with your go-to seasonings to make it get that hamburger helper taste. But if you absolutely don't have it, it'll be okay. Don't do no extra shit trying to, come on now, it's not that serious. And oregano and parsley be high as hell. So and also what's optional is sausage, like the Hillshire U-bar. You can use the beef or the turkey one, whichever one, depending on which meat you're using. If you're using ground beef or ground turkey. Okay, and yeah, that's about all you need. Okay, so first thing you do is, of course, start boiling your noodles. If you're doing lasagna noodles, you have to break them up into pieces, resembling the boxed hamburger helper, which is what I do. Or you could just pour your elbow macaronis or your twisty macaronis or your seashell macaroni noodles into the water and boil it, depending on which one you want. Boil your noodles, and while your noodles is boiling, brown your ground beef or ground turkey. I really do recommend using ground beef for this dish. Like, if you eat ground beef, just use ground beef for this dish, because it tastes better. But with the ground turkey, it's so good too. I did it with ground turkey too. It's you're not gonna be disappointed or dissatisfied with ground turkey. But yeah, brown your ground beef or ground turkey, and cut up your Hillshire U. You cut it up. I cut it up in circle, like quarter sizes, and I cut them thin because I'm not like big on sausage, so I cut it thin. But you could cut it thick, or you could cut them into circles and then cut your circles into half, like however you like your sausages, it's cool. So you're gonna brown that with when you brown your sausages, you need a little bit of olive oil or a little bit of butter at the bottom of your skillet. And I season both of the ground beef and sausages with my go-to seasonings and paprika. I don't use the oregano and parsley just yet, so you keep that on standby for now. Once both your meats are completely finished cooking, and your noodles are done boiling, they to the texture you like, al dente or soft, you dump your water out of the I think I said that word wrong. I think it's al dente. I'm sorry. But you pour your water out of your noodles, and then you pour your cooked ground beef and cooked sausages into cooked ground beef or cooked ground turkey, and your sausages into the pot with your cooked noodles. So now everything's in one pot. You mix it up, and then you pour your tomato paste in there. You mix it up, and then you pour your heavy whipping cream or half and half. Remember, you don't need both. You only need one. So I usually put the whole thing of heavy whipping cream or the whole thing of half and half when I use it, because it's like usually a big pot. You know, if you're using like the whole bag of noodles, then it's most likely going to be a big pot, so you just use all of it. But if you're not using the whole bag of noodles, or it's a small pot, you don't need the whole thing of heavy whipping cream or half and half. You just probably have. But after you pour your heavy whipping cream or half and half, whichever one you have, you mix it again, and then depending on how you want the texture of your hamburger helper to be, determines which cheese you use. So I'll tell you guys the first way, which is the way I usually always make it. After I pour all my ingredients in, like I just told y'all, I turn my stove back on to simmer on this pot, completely simmer. And then I start putting hunks of Velveeta cheese from the block, Velveeta cheese block, into the pot. So first I'll do like 3 big hunks, and then I'll stir it in. And then I'll do, 3 more big hunks, and I'll stir it in all the way until I get to like half of the cheese block. You don't need the whole thing. Y'all know that damn block is huge. Come on now. You only need half. So when you're putting your hunks and stirring it, you're going to notice that the hamburger helper is getting thick and cheesy, and like ooey and gooey. It's like it's getting to this texture where you're just like, ooh, I want some. But yeah, it gets real thick and like ooey gooey. So once you add your whole half block of cheese in there and you stir it in good, you let it cook for 10 or 15 minutes, and then it's done. But after you put the cheese, this is when you use your oregano and parsley. You put a few dashes of both and stir it in, and I swear it's going to give you that whole hamburger helper taste like from the box, Now, the second way you could do it, after you include all your ingredients besides the Velveeta cheese block, instead of putting the Velveeta cheese block, you would put your ragu sauce, the whole container, like if it's ragu or whatever, put the whole jar or whatever, and then you mix it in, and that way the texture is different. It's looser. It's just real cheesy. It's like saucy. Y'all know. Come on now. That sound bomb too. Like, period. Both ways is delicious. Y'all is not gonna be disappointed. And don't forget your oregano and parsley if you got it. And you do the exact same thing. Just leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes and turn it off on that simmer, and it's done. All you need is some garlic bread at this point, some motherfucking chicken. All right. So the tip I have for sour cream is when you have the container of sour cream, to keep it fresh, you need to put it in your refrigerator upside down. So have the top part touching the shelf, Usually I get the squeezable sour cream, and it's made by Daisy. And technically, that's a great creation, because first of all, you don't need no spoon and all that. But also, technically that sour cream is upside down, because, the part that you put in the refrigerator is, upside down, basically. So I'm really only talking like if you buying the container of sour cream, where you're going to need a spoon to scoop it and all that. You put it in there upside down. What that does is it keeps your sour cream real thick. And also, there's no water buildup. I'm sure y'all notice, like, when y'all use sour cream and put it back in the refrigerator and use it a different time, it'd be water built up. You got to pour it out. Yeah, that is not there no more when you have it upside down. So I really do recommend putting your sour cream in upside down. It seems so weird and awkward. Like, when you're pulling out your sour cream upside down, you're like, this is weird. But it really does keep your sour cream fresh and thick and nice and good. So just take my advice. Trust me. You ain't going to be disappointed. And that hamburger helper, please, okay? If y'all make it, tell me. Shit, I want to know. But my family loves that hamburger helper, like, to death. And the person that taught me how to make it was one of my blind friends, but he passed away, and I miss him a lot. But it is what it is. Rest in peace. He cooks bomb as heck. And he taught me this years ago, and my family loves it, like, period. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy the tip. And I do want to say, if you have a tsunami in your life, don't let it swallow you. Just keep swimming. See y'all later.